You two are bad friends.
Who are these two idiots?
A white dude and an Asian dude. You two are disgusting.
Well, you two are something.
We're bad friends.
You know, it's really not good. People who come on these things and don't wear the cans because whatever reason.
Yeah, some people don't like them.
Yeah, but David Mamet's wearing cans, so
You like the way they feel?
Yeah. When David Mamet wears cans,
and then
we wear
everybody
cans.
has to wear
Everybody
cans.
wears
Exactly.
cans.
Yeah.
Whatever David Mamet do, we do.
Do you want to wear your cans?
I might be better without them because I'm definitely.
Then none of us are going to wear our cans, and this show's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
If anybody cannot wear cans,
Yeah.
It's him.
it's Dave Mamet.
Yeah, exactly. You want to take yours off now?
No,
Okay.
I'm just a regular guy.
We're just he's a normal guy like us.
Just a regular
Where have you
guy.
been
No,
for?
Dave Mamet. That's him.
What the fuck have you been?
I miss
You never
dude.
call. You never.
Yeah, because I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
We got a good thing going. You know when you got a good relationship with somebody who you really respect and then you never want to talk to them?
Oh, I was yes, except for the respect part. A good relationship,
Yeah.
I never want to fucking talk
Yeah.
to.
I understand.
We
Yeah.
talk only when we need to talk now.
Yeah.
We're like a really smooth married couple.
But do you fight about the kids? You got to fight about the kids.
He's never around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I just take care
Yeah,
of him.
the
I do
kids,
all of it.
yeah.
He's never around.
Well, we adopted David.
yeah.
Yeah, we have one dwarf.
One little tiny
You gotta
dwarf,
have one dwarf.
Little black dwarf kid.
Yeah. Yeah, we got lucky with that's winning the lottery.
Right, it really was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he started to see. He's so small.
He's so tiny.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Our adopted child.
Our adopted child.
Ladies and gentlemen of Bad Friends fans,
Yeah.
it is an honor, a privilege, an incredible moment in our time with this show. We have two unbelievably well-respected, accomplished,
Please remember their names.
amazing
Please remember
people.
their names. Please remember.
Shia Labeouf
Yeah.
and David Mamet.
Hey.
Hey, what a duo.
What a duo.
Yeah. Abbott and Costello, we'd rather not have.
That is nothing like this. It's so not close
Simon
to what
and
this
Garfunkel.
is. He does this a lot. He does.
Yeah, what happened to Garfunkel?
Nobody gives a shit.
Is he alive?
No
Is
one
he alive?
cares.
He's alive, Dave?
I don't know.
Is he
Yeah.
really alive? Is Garfunkel still alive? And that's how dark and mean this is. And you know what happens on this show? We shouldn't say anybody's name. We talk about people on this show, and within how long? 6 months, they die.
Yeah. So
We did that to the Pope.
People think J.D. Vance killed him. No,
No.
we did.
No, we did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, but I'm not kidding. We literally just talked about the Pope. We were just talking about him, nothing negative, and then boom, he dies. So all of our fans are like, please don't talk about people anymore on the show.
May I read it for the room?
Yeah, can you read it?
Yes, Art Garfunkel is alive. He was born on November 5th, 1941.
Isn't this incredible that David Mamet's such an incredible writer,
I'm a terrible reader.
a Pulitzer Prize winner, and
Yeah.
you can't even read 4 words without anything complex inside of it.
Yeah, well, give me a complex word. I can say it right
Yeah,
now.
but that's his genius.
Give him a complex.
Shut
his
up.
genius.
That is-
Shut up. I'm a genius, right?
I know you.
Yeah, I know you too, dog.
Hey, I've given you so many compliments. If I give you another one today, it'd be uncomfortable.
Yeah, please don't.
Well, I got to do it. It's the best T-shirt I've seen in 85
Oh, well, the
years.
T-shirt.
Oh,
Get
really?
out, get out. Where'd you get the T? It's magnificent.
Well, there was a not dwarf, but he's a small man, Dean Del Rey. We know a small man who collects T-shirts, and I was over at a house, and he goes, "You want this for 50?" And I go, "Yeah."
Have you gone to a
50?
vintage fair lately?
$50?
Yeah, is that too much,
That's
huh?
too much.
No, man.
Really?
That's
No.
crazy.
Yeah.
If you go to a vintage fair now,
Oh, he's big on the fashion, though. He spends on the
$2,700.
stuff.
Look at that. Look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a remake, David. This is an original. This is like a print. That's a lithograph.
I love Exile Main Street. I love Let It Bleed. I like the band.
Yeah.
That goes. It's called Made Worn.
Yeah,
guys.
he goes to these. There's a company called Made Worn. They do this. It's like fake retro shirts. So
Oh,
it's not
Bobby.
real.
It's great.
You know, I knew when you were going to come on, you were going to do that.
You see those shoes, Bobby?
Yeah.
Those are actually
I earned
worn.
them.
Those are earned.
I earned
That's
them.
earned worn.
Well, these aren't earned. These aren't earned, and these are called Golden Goose, and they come.
No,
distressed.
Bobby.
He likes pre-worn bullshit. He loves it.
I understand it, though.
Yeah,
I get it.
Well, explain it to me, Shia.
Well,
if you understand it.
I know you very well, Bobby. I feel
Yeah.
like I grew up with you in a weird way.
You did.
Yeah, in a weird way.
Well, I met your dad first.
Well, I met him. So Radford Hall used to do these big comedy things, like where they'd bring in all the comics.
Oh, can we talk about
go.
sobriety?
Yeah. So I met him in a recovery. Basically, we're in a big Radford Hall.
I remember.
Okay.
You were with a hottie.
I was.
Let him finish.
My father and
Fuck, dude.
and Bobby was like the headliner for 3 years in a row. And I remember the first year at Radford Hall, I really wasn't looking forward to it. And then Bobby got up, and about 2 minutes in, his dick came out, and all the drunks in the hall loved him. And it's been like that for 3 years. And then I think on the third year, I remember went up to Bobby and I tried to talk to him. You were very busy and you had a beautiful woman with you, but I remember telling you you're my favorite comic. And then I said it to you 3 or 4 times from then on. I saw you at Elijah's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really nice for you to show up to that.
You took your dick out in front of all these people.
Yeah, but it was that kind of party.
You've
It
never-
was a
that kind of
sober
party.
party.
You've
Yeah.
never done anything like that before. That's like that's a new.
Well,
But this is 2004 or something like that.
2004, dog.
Oh, let me tell you something. He's still doing that bit. He's still using that fucking bit.
David, I have to say to you,
Any male nudity in any of your films, David? Any male? Any
Not
male
yet.
nudity?
That's a very good question. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, yeah. Again, do I look at attractive people bringing each other up? Yes.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's a cheap way to get out of a scene that you don't know how to fix.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think if you're well endowed, you can't do male nudity. I think it's only good if you're 3 inches and under, and then you can get away with it.
That's what I say to him all the time. The only reason he gets away when we do live shows
Because it's brave. Because then it's brave.
Well, I would
Because then it's brave. You look at Bobby do that, and you go, "That man is so brave to do that."
See, I think you're close. I think if your penis is too big and you show your penis on a live show, it's rude.
Yeah, it's rude.
I think if your penis is too small, it's fun.
Yes.
But if you have a regular penis, that's brave.
Am I regular? Am I regular?
Yeah.
You are.
You're regular.
You're
Oh,
regular.
thank God.
He is a
My
regular.
dad used to say I was small the whole time.
Well, your father was an alcoholic.
My dad did that.
Beat you with golf clubs. So what does he know?
Yeah.
My dad did that.
Guys, am I in a fucking time war?
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
mean, it's like when I was a kid, I started doing this shit. They'd say, "What do you think about Mark Twain?" Now we're talking about your dick.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dave. That's my fault.
I'm sorry,
So I
David.
brought it up.
Yeah,
My
What do
fault.
you
My
what do you
Things
think?
change, right?
What do you
My
think
fault.
about Mark Twain?
I love him.
Yeah.
What about Mark
He was
Twain's
a
dick,
sloppy
though?
kisser. Did you know that?
No.
Mark Twain?
Yeah.
Did you know him?
A sloppy kiss. No, I didn't. He was a little bit before my time. He met General Grant, and General Grant said the motherfucker stuck his tongue down my throat. That's what he said about Mark Twain.
Twain
Wow.
made out with Grant.
What? Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
And he said he was a shit kisser.
Yeah, that's right.
Great writer, shit kisser.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Was that a thing from a kiss hello is polite? You have to receive it.
You
What
have
if
to
you
receive
don't?
it.
What if you're not in the mood for a kiss hello?
Exactly so. You
Yeah.
got to turn your head. But that's always, don't you find that that's always, you feel like it's a put down. You're going to say, oh, I guess it's the thing we kissed this person in the lip. And they turn their head a little bit.
Right.
You want to fucking die.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the other day I went on a date with five times this girl. Remember the hot supermodel? And the 5th time I went in to have a kiss, and she turned her head shy. Oh, guys. Oh, my
It's
God.
terrible.
Is this the girl that I met at the movie theater?
No.
Somebody new.
He's got a new. He's
It's amazing.
It's a rotate. It's like
What do you mean? Shia, you don't.
was never like that.
You're in a relationship.
Yeah, married.
Oh, you're married. Yeah.
Never like that though.
It's bingo balls for him. It's like the rotating, and he just pulls a new one and then
It's
puts it
amazing.
away.
You weren't like that either.
What?
You're a bit like me. You're a little bit prude-like, right? It's like one girl for a long time, and you're not dating 5, 6
Yeah, but
women
define a long time.
a long time, years and years and
Yeah,
years.
well, yeah, I've been married to the same wonderful broad for 35
But even
years.
in your young life, in your young life, you weren't doing
Wait.
this 5, 6 different days.
Were you a coxman
week.
when you were young? I feel like you were.
It was the 60s.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah, right.
okay. That's an
Coxman
easy
all day,
answer.
Everybody
every
was
day,
free.
yeah.
That's an easy answer.
William H. Macy, my great friend, we grew up together, he used to say in the 60s, you were terrified that somewhere there was some woman you hadn't had intercourse with.
Wow.
Different time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid if I was in that time, that I'd still be like not doing well.
Nothing would change.
Yeah.
In
I'd
fact,
be striking out.
you
I
in the
think I'd be
60s
striking
probably
out.
harder to get laid.
Oh, that's probably, yeah.
A little Korean boy.
I'd be the first incel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they go, watch out for that guy.
Talking shit on a
Yeah.
new Reddit.
Yeah. Look at that.
No, what are you talking about? Yoko Ono was it? Come on, there was a whole thing going on. Everybody was like, I gotta get me one of those.
Asian women were fetishized back then.
For sure.
Yeah, but not Asian men.
Not Asian men.
We were fucked.
This is a new. This
Maybe
is a new
you're right.
revolution.
Yeah. We were
Yeah.
like, oh, you're so right.
You're
that
right.
kind. Yeah, that kind.
You're right. This is new. What's going on for you now?
It's heavy.
You're at the cutting edge of this new thing going on.
What's the new thing?
Well, he's got 5, 6 different beautiful women a week he dates.
No. Shia.
You just said that.
I know. Dates.
Dates is dates.
Not sex. Not.
Okay, you mean just
yeah.
like a corned beef sandwich.
Let me think about that.
He loves corned
I
beef
do
sandwiches.
love it. I don't know how you got that, but yes, just like that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, because I figure where you hang out, you probably hang out at the places where you're very famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the type to go to the corned beef sandwich spot next to the stand-up club so he can get that social currency of the, hey, Bobby, good to see you again. Want a corned beef?
Shia.
Yeah.
Shia, it's so good to have you here.
I'm pretty dead on here, right?
Yeah, you're on
He
fire.
pretends that it's not the case, but you see the idiots in the booth nodding. This is 100% him.
Okay.
He will position himself specifically in places where he knows he will be recognized,
Yeah.
and he knows he will be fawned over. He
Yes.
he loves it.
I want to say something because I tried. You guys have interrupted me before, but if I may get this information, out,
Yeah,
if
go
I
ahead,
may,
please.
If I may, my brother and I's
Shia, let me
favorite.
ask you something real
Yeah,
fast.
sure. What's that?
Go ahead.
Go
I
ahead, Bobby.
apologize. Sorry about that.
You're really gonna make me mad today.
Oh.
I'm stuttering.
All right.
I got some muscles now, Dad.
Yeah, dude. Go ahead.
Dude.
He's on Ozempic, so he's on this kick now.
Yeah, you do look thinner.
Yeah. Stand up and show him. Do the thing.
All right.
Lift up the shirt. He lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
Oh, real good.
Yeah.
Real good. Looking
Yeah,
good.
good.
Looking good. Yeah.
You didn't need to rub.
I didn't. That's one
All
of
right,
my powers.
talk about your brother.
No, but my brother and I's favorite movie is Glenn Ross.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
I would have never pegged that.
it's our favorite movie.
I see you liking it.
In fact,
him
there's,
liking
there's,
it, though.
there's an
I love
Asian
it.
lady that's at the
He
coat.
knows.
The coat. I worked with her before.
Oh, in the movie?
Yeah, in the movie, there's a Asian lady that gives people, like I think Pacino, a coat or something.
Like a coach at a coat check.
Yeah. And I worked with her once, and I kept bombarding her with like, what was it like? This and that. You know what I mean?
How embedded in the zeitgeist is Coffees for Closers? It's such like a
Yeah.
It's a thing that literally everybody knows.
Yeah, I wrote this play, Glenn Ross, and I did it as a movie, and I put in this extra scene for Alec Baldwin that says "Coffee is for closers." It's all anybody remembers about the stupid.
It's funny how why it's weird when things get picked out. Like I did. I work with Pete Fairley, same kind of thing. And Fairley says the thing that you think people will pick out of it is probably the thing that they least will recognize, and the thing that you can't fucking believe they took, like the Coffees for Closers. You never thought that was like a moment that people would steal, and then
No.
it would be like used over in other things forever. Because it is. They put it in fucking like Family Guy or other shows will reference it.
Yeah, that's great. And what everybody adores Shia. You and
Yes.
Not everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wait a second.
Everybody in this fucking room.
So my producer
the
calls
fuck
me
up,
up
man.
today. My producer calls up. He says, "Dave, you've been doing this forever. I don't want to tell you your business, but don't forget to plug the movie."
Let's do that then.
right.
The
No,
movie's called.
We'll do it later.
Yeah, okay. Later.
No,
We do it later. We
we'll
don't
do it fucking
now.
later. But here's the thing: in the movie, he's got a line. He plays a prisoner, and the other guy, Evan Jonikite, who is the guy who he's turning out is now his punk, says, "But how do you know all this shit?" And his line is, "Baby, I do this for a living." So that's everybody's talking about.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think you're being humble. I think Dave does know. I think when we're doing the play, he's there. It's not like Dave's gone and the play's dead, and then we're just putting it up. He's in the crowd. He's not watching us. For the most part, I mean, I don't know what you're watching, but when I'm backstage watching you watch, it's a whole lot of, he's in the back. He's all the way in the back watching the backs of heads.
Wow.
And so like when heads start looking around and stuff, he's got to fix his script.
No shit.
At least what it feels like. The stuff that gets revised, and we don't get much of it, and it happens pretty quick, and it happens pretty early in the process, but he'll come to the first 5, 6, 7 different shows, and he'll watch the crowd move around, and you'll get these little revisions, and that'll be the last of it.
See, that's the thing. A lot of the movies, most of the people who make movies never see their movie with a live audience.
All right.
And none of the executives do.
Right.
So what they're doing is completely theoretical because you got to sit in the audience and say, where did the attention fade? Why? And how can I fix it?
Right.
Because if not, what the hell are you doing?
What about focus groups? That's why they're there, right? You
Yeah,
when they
but it's so
test
rare.
a movie or
No, focus groups are bullshit.
That's for marketing department.
oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, focus. I'll tell you good focus groups here because what you do with the focus group is you ask the people to become critics. So you're bringing out the worst in them, just like you bring out. Think about it. Think about it. We go to a restaurant, right, and we have a pretty good time, and then the chef comes out and says, "We're going to sit down for half an hour, and we're going to talk. What did you like? What would you like different?" Well, I don't want to feel stupid. So I'm not going to say I had a good time.
Yeah, you got to have something.
I maybe a little bit more salt in that thing. So there was a guy called Joe Farrell who invented this, like in the 70s, 80s. I was doing a bunch of studio movies. This thing where the people would sit watch the movie on a screen, and they'd have dials.
Oh,
and
right.
if you put the dial this way, it means I liked it, and you put the dial that way means I don't like it. And they would have graphs and graphs and graphs, and all the P&A, production and advertising money would get allocated based on the graphs. And Joe Farrell made this huge amount of money with these stupid fucking graphs. And I was talking to him one day, I did a movie, and I said, well, Joe, I guess the numbers aren't quite as good as they could be. And he said, well, how good would you like them to be?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It was all a scam.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
can make the
scam.
dials only lean one way.
No, that he's going to no. The dials are a fucking scam.
Right.
If you like a smarter man would have said, Joe, wait here a second. Oh my God, is this your $50,000 or mine? Right?
All right.
He was just bribable.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
Brilliant.
Wow. Brilliant.
It is fucking
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah,
It's
it's
gross,
very
but
good.
it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But that's the throes of this business you've seen 100,000 times. You've seen all those tricks. You've seen them come and go, right?
Yeah,
That-
exactly so. But the thing is that we just did this movie, very cheap, very effective.
Let's talk about it.
Oh no!
What's it-
But the thing is, we made it with ourselves because Shia said we just did the play. The play's over. Let's do a movie. So now the business has completely changed, and the studio system is just completely over.
Yeah.
It's just dead. Doesn't exist anymore because the technology has changed.
Right.
Right, which is kind of great. It's unless you have an interest in the old technology and you want to spend $250 million remaking a bad version of Snow White, and you could take all the people who saw it and stick them in a fucking school bus,
Right.
but nobody's taking responsibility for that because they're all bureaucrats making bureaucratic decisions.
David, did you see Snow White?
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
He doesn't watch movies.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, you don't
No,
watch
but
it.
I
all.
understand there was a lot of
Old movies.
anti-Semitism in it from this one girl. But if I want to see it, I'll just go to Columbia University.
Is that true? It's got a bunch of
No,
anti-Semitic stuff.
one of the girls came out and she said, free
Yeah.
Oh, the main girl. We
Rachel
talked about
Rachel
this on the
Zegler.
show.
Rachel
Yeah.
Zegler.
Snow
yeah,
White
yeah.
girl.
Zegler.
Yeah, yeah.
She apparently also said that the prince was fucking stalking her.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Isn't that
Yeah.
great? The fucking-
We're gonna make Snow Red, where he's a murderer. He stalks her and actually gets her and
I
kills
like
her.
it.
Yeah.
And he uses the dwarves as little slaves. We
Right.
wrote it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if we're
Yeah.
ever gonna make it.
Yeah.
But we'll fucking try.
Yeah.
But when you say that the studio system is so fucked, and you guys made this movie now, and you did it for cheap. When you say cheap, what is cheap now?
The same amount to mount the play. It'd just be like mounting the play in Chicago. Instead of
Right.
spending that money mounting in Chicago, we just filmed it with Dave.
Yeah, because the secret is, what does it cost to make a movie? You can make the $500,000 movie for $100 million, and you can make a $100 million movie for $500,000.
Yeah.
The reason that I'm curious, I don't need to know the number, not the price. It's just we're creating our own shit a lot now, right? Like we built this little world. We did an animated show. We did a game show. We're doing it on our own, and they always want to know how much, and we don't really
We don't know.
divulge because we don't really know.
We don't know.
We'll tell
We
you.
don't know.
Well, I was like, we'll tell you what would cost us
But
to
they
throw it
shot
together.
in 1 week, meaning like the actors are very prepared. They're
Yeah, 1 week
they
is
know the
incredible.
lines,
Shut the fuck
all
up.
of
He's
that
taking
stuff.
shots at us. He's saying we're not prepared.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck you, dude.
Dude, you'll go back to Spain. You will
Different
go back to
genius,
Spain.
dude. Different genius. I couldn't
you.
do this. No
Thank you.
way.
See, Shia, I love
Yeah,
you.
No
thank
way.
you so much. Dude,
By the way, let me call him out.
We have allies. You know what? We have allies, my friend.
Yeah,
Right?
these are our dogs.
You want to
dude.
get destroyed?
You're fucked. So, David, this guy in the white shirt is a film student, cinephile. He wants to be a director, and let me
I knew the shoe was gonna.
let me tell you something.
Yeah.
This guy,
That's the director.
he loves and
Oh,
respects you.
hold on.
He
That
loves
right
and respects
there
you.
is a director
That's
writer.
a real one.
That's a real one, right? From the old school, right?
He loves and respects you.
You don't got it.
And he brought your book. And show him the book. Show him the book.
Oh my God.
And here's what's something he said to me. He said,
Did you bring the lube too?
yeah. Because he wants you to roll it and put it up his asshole.
Yeah.
But
He writes good books.
He
dude.
asked me, would it be okay if I have Mr. Mamet sign that book? That's what he said.
With that accent?
That's
his accent.
Say it.
Would it be okay if Mr. Mamet would
Would it be okay for Mr. Mamet to sign the book?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to tell you something. If you're good on your good behavior, yes.
Yeah.
Now you fucked up.
You're not getting one.
You're not getting
You're
shit.
not getting shit, dude.
Shove it up your ass.
Right now, without the lube.
Mr. Mamet will not sign. No, he will not sign.
He will not sign.
By the way, this is sorry to enter. You enter in this world of chaos.
Yeah.
We love these guys.
We love them.
This guy went to the hospital 4 days ago. The guy in the yellow shirt. He called me at 3 a.m. I'm
Why?
throwing up blood.
Why?
I know. This is so great. He didn't
happened?
call you.
I was throwing up blood.
Why?
What?
They don't really know, actually, but McCone over here took me to the hospital.
Coney picked him up.
Whoa.
He was sick as a dog. He called me. He had to go to the hospital in the middle of the night.
Well, wait a second. One guy's in the hospital, the other guy can't. Does everybody over there have a disability?
Yes.
Yes.
Ship station.
Choo choo.
Chugga, 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 chugga.
Life in general can be chaotic.
It's insane.
Hello, but
You know, and if you're in charge of an order fulfillment for an e-commerce business, you know that's its own special kind of chaos. But thankfully, with our friends at ShipStation, you can count on your day to be nice and easy because they're going to do it all for you.
save hours and money every month by shipping from all your stores with one login, automating repetitive tasks, and finding the best rates among all the global carriers.
Lead your business into the future, okay? They got smart features and automations that boost efficiency and save you time. It is the fastest, by the way, most affordable way to ship products to your customers. If you're selling something, I don't know what it is, I don't care, they got you covered. With discounts up to 88% off UPS, DHL Express, and USPS rates, and up to 90% off FedEx rates.
You never need to upgrade either, Andrew. ShipStation grows with your business no matter how big it gets.
That's right.
With over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce businesses with ShipStation, and 98% of companies that stick with ShipStation for a year become customers for life.
For life. Calm the chaos for order fulfillment with the shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to shipstation.com/badfriends to sign up for your free trial.
That's shipstation.com/badfriends. Select code. There are so many things in life we just never get around to, folks. Taking up that hobby, cleaning out that garage, you know, little things that don't really make a huge difference in our lives. Yet there's one thing that most of us have probably been neglecting that can have a huge impact on our family's future.
What is it, Bob?
It's life insurance.
It is. And with Select Quote, getting covered with the right policy for you is easier and more affordable than you may think. You got to have life insurance, Bob, because our life is going to come to an end at some point.
I don't think so.
I hope it doesn't anytime soon.
But it will.
It will. Unfortunately, you never know, though. And I got to tell you, with Select Quote, they're one of America's leading insurance brokers with nearly 40 years of experience, helping out over 2 million customers. Find over $700 billion in coverage since 1985. You got diabetes? That's fine. You got high blood pressure?
That's
okay.
Okay, baby.
That's right. Even if you have heart disease, Select Quote partners with carriers that can cover those conditions and many others. Select Quote, they shop, you save.
Get the right life insurance for you for less and selectquote.com/badfriends.
Go to selectquote.com/badfriends today to get started.
That's selectquote.com/badfriends.
And the gentleman,
you read
how about
that?
this?
That's so good.
David, the man in the back. Can you see that gentleman in the back? What do you think his disability is? I bet you could put it together just looking at him.
Oh, dude, well, he's got very good taste in clothes, and he's got that Harris tweed jacket on.
Yeah.
He's got on the hat, wearing it in the correct direction.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, my God.
So his disability seems lower than the other two, is what you're saying. He seems to be a little bit more put
Well,
together.
I don't know. Come on, mystery guest, come in and sign in, please. What is your disability?
I'm just a little slow.
You what?
He's a little slow.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. You got a thumbs
Slow and
up.
steady wins the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart to rock that jacket today, though.
Yeah.
He did that deliberately.
Of course he did.
Yeah,
of course.
How do you feel about that?
About the jacket?
Yeah, David Mamet's coming. I'm going
It's
to
a
get my
little
old
whack.
school.
I mean, I respect it. Hats off, but you know, it's like a weak point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You win a weak point.
That's right.
Okay. Awesome. There you go. Congratulations. Dave didn't give me any compliments on my outfit today.
David, how do you...
I don't think you ever have.
No, but wait a second. This is for the first time you didn't look
He's
like
very fashionable.
You didn't look like this first time you didn't look like you dressed from the dryer in the dark.
No. I knew you were coming. I wanted to be respectful. I tucked my shirt in. Dude, are you
You
serious?
really did.
Dude.
Yeah.
And he got a belt.
Dude, I even tucked my belt in.
Oh, that's good. Well, wait a second.
That's how serious I'm taking this
Guys,
today.
I was talking to Jay Moore yesterday, Jay Moore podcast.
Yeah.
And he loves the movie and he loves you. And he talked for like a half an hour.
I love Jay.
About the way you tuck your shirt
I love Jay.
in that thing. So
Jay's a big part of my
What a change.
That dude saved me in a lot of nights. He saved me. That guy, dude. People don't talk about it, but he's a big.
No, he was talking about.
He's a big. He's a good
changed.
man.
I've never seen anyone change that dramatically. He used to be terrible.
But he lives service now, and his life reflects it.
He's the nicest, most mindful, open.
Yep.
And his life changed so positively.
Crazy, miraculous.
Miraculous.
Everything went up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Pretty great to watch.
It really does work.
Yes.
When you see that, you
Yes.
go, it works. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
he's that example for me.
Yeah.
You know, when I was doing this play, I was still low. I would drag him to meetings with me. He would show up to meetings. Well, he loves stories, so our room's got stories for days. So he would just go in there to listen to these stories with me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wouldn't want to go by myself. I said, Dave, come with me. You know.
Yeah.
That's the kind of cat he
You
is. So
saved my life. I was going through a really difficult.
yeah, we met at a good time.
He saved my life. And I would go to the meetings, and one guy would say, you know, my wife left me, and she took all my money, and then I realized that she'd given me a very bad disease, and I couldn't even go dating anymore. And I bought a gun, and there were people in the room went,
Laughing.
I did the same fucking
Yep.
thing. Get the fuck out
to
of here.
tears. To tears.
Am I lying?
No, it's the only way.
Yeah, it's the only way.
Yep.
Because we were late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
that, you know, I mean, I've been in and out since I was 17.
Yeah.
I had 17 years at one point. Like,
Yeah, I
in the
know.
program.
You were in the rooms when I first came in.
Yeah.
At Moore Park.
Moore
I remember
Park, yeah,
seeing
yeah.
you
I
in
still
Moore
go
Park,
there
even
sometimes.
before Radford.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like, but at 17, what a gift as a kid.
Yeah.
To get that, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be here without it.
How did you even get in it? Like, because your dad it wasn't family.
No, my dad was a violent alcoholic.
Sure, among other things.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, you sure? Yeah, you're welcome. But he didn't bring you in the rooms.
No, when I was in high school, I went to a bunch of rehabs.
Yeah.
And then I think the third one, it clicked.
Yeah.
And I met this old Korean man kid Dan.
Yeah, Dan.
Yeah. And when I was a kid, and he had 17 years at that point. He was at this long white hair, tattoos, full Korean. He was adopted long ago, and he was my sponsor. And it was my junior year in high school when I met him, and I just gave him a 50, 60-year cake or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he's still like a part of my life. You know what I mean? But without that, I'd be dead. I think.
Like Elijah's like that for me. I got a bunch of these like Jay. There's like 40 guys I would tap and say, "Oh man, if not for them."
Yeah.
That's the beauty.
I mean, that's really right. You're here is life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
While you guys were shooting the movie, or the play is when you were going to these meetings?
Well, no. When we were filming, we were filming. When we were
Yeah.
filming, we was grind mode, and then I would catch my meetings when I can get him at night. Usually, he's way overwhelmed. He's trying to mount, especially the way we did it. It was just there was no extra time.
Yeah.
But before all that, because he is who he is, and maybe it's just my thing. There's a getting over Dave Mamet process. You know what I mean? You got to get over it. You just got to get over it. It'd be like being asked to play Batman. Like you just got to get over it and get to the work. It's like you can scare yourself to complete mute. You can terrify yourself. First day he walks in and you're about to be in a play that he wrote. It's one of the scariest moments of my life. For like the first table read. So like I showed up to the table read. I don't know really what I'm doing. I never did a play. I know it's a David Mamet play. What I know is like that's the pinnacle. Like get every word, every punch. So I show up at the table read. I'm off book. That's not normal. Normally, you're reading.
Yeah, we
but
know.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
So that fear helped me, but the fear had to wear off at a certain point. And I don't know if it ever wore off during the play, but we became friends in the midst of that, like close, like closer than I'd been with most any director I'd ever worked with.
You were the only one off book?
No. Well, Evan
he was so nervous. He was
I
so nervous.
Scared. So like Evan has done plays before.
Yeah.
Plus Evan and him already have a relationship I didn't have with Dave. I met Dave through fan letter. I've been trying to get to Dave for 10 years. And
Wow.
there'll be a project that pops up, and I'll do anything. What do you want me to do? And then it'll come, it'll go. Or somebody will take it from him. Like we were gonna do this JFK movie. And they
He
just
was
took
gonna
it.
Play Oswald.
Yeah, and I was psyched because
Oh,
that's
it's going to be so great.
yeah, Oswald.
That's great.
That's one of the great roles you could ever have. So, and in the midst of grinding on that, they took it from him, and then he fell into a dark spell because it's like somebody taking your baby from you. And then it was, and our play was still up as all this was going on. So it was a matter of like me and Evan, like, oh, we got it because he's captain. We got to get Captain back up, we got to get his spirits back up. So we almost threw it out like no way, maybe he'll bite. Because usually we throw ideas to him, he has no interest, right? He'll say something like, "Yeah, no, I hear you," unless it's to the work. If it's about the work,
This was such a great idea because we did the play. It was fucking great, And we could have run it forever, except you can't ask the actors to come in and work for $19.95 a week.
We would have though. We were loving it.
But anyway, and so Shia and Evan come and say, let's do a movie. So I say, no, we can't do a fucking, what are you talking about? Takes forever and we have to go and talk to the assholes in the valley. And then I say, no. Dude, we're gonna do it ourselves. We're gonna raise the money ourselves. We're gonna do it ourselves. How? So I say, how are we gonna do it? They say, fuck it, I don't know. We're just going to do it. And so, like a lot of the great things in my life, I got dragged into it, kicking and screaming.
Yeah. He wasn't
and it
into
turned out
it.
to be the best thing that I've done in decades. The most changed my life.
We were
'Cause the
prepping this
idea
behind
was-
his back, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, we were prepping the thing, trying to get it mounted. Obviously, we couldn't hire nobody, but we are trying to get everything. Me and Evan trying to get it mostly Evan trying to get everything sorted so he could come in and sort of turnkey go. And then he had to pick his DP, and then that was his whole thing. But I remember there was like a month where we were trying to sneakily get this thing prepped and mounted behind his back because he thought, no way you could do it. And I kept like pushing it towards Louis C.K. content. I kept saying, oh man, Louis C.K., boy, Dave, Louis C.K. matters, Dave. You know, he matters for a bunch of reasons, but he should matter for us a lot right now. He's kind of the guy, he's doing it, and he's winning independent. You know, he's pushing through all the BS, and he's getting to the crowd, you know. He's getting, and you, like, I just came off of Coppola land. This is a guy who's got power. He can make the entire industry flex. Like, he'll make them all turn based on a...
Did you like the movie?
No, but
Okay.
but I love him, you know?
He's yeah.
Yeah, and we fought all through the thing because it wasn't my dream, and I was trying to learn his dream, which you're always trying to do when you're on a movie. You're trying to learn your guy's dream. Sometimes those dreams aren't easily accessible. Sometimes you feel like you're not old enough to get to the dream. With me and him, it felt like that. It felt like, oh, you know shit I don't know about, you know, because I'm a baby and you done lived a life, you know? So I would acquiesce to him. But I remember... He could make the industry move, you know, because he had that kind of power. And then I look at his accomplishments, and then I look at Dave's accomplishments, and I don't see this drastic divide. I feel like, you know, I respect the stuff Dave did as much as I respect the stuff Francis did, but Francis had the shot to get to the audience. They kind of made a clear path for him. You know, he was like the darling of the industry. Right?
Yeah.
And so... I don't know how many resident geniuses you boys have, but I don't have any, you know?
Yeah.
The fact that I know Dave feels like some kind of miracle. So then it was like, oh, well, if I could just work on Dave's stuff forever, that would be a dream come true.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so then it was like, how do we get Dave a channel? How do you get Dave his own Dave Mamet channel? You know? That's how the conversation
They
started.
dragged me into it. So what we discovered is you don't need Hollywood. You don't need a bunch of money. You need some talent. You need an idea. And you need a fucking telephone.
Funny to hear you talk about talent because that's very funny to hear you talk about talent. Anybody who's a David Mamet fan, talent's not a big David Mamet word. Persistence. You know, like just like grinding, throwing water at the same fucking mark on the stone for long enough, and eventually it'll happen, I think. Even with you, because I feel like with you, it's like I have to be careful. I can't really tell you all the way how I feel. I respect you too much. You know what I mean? I kind of have to, through Evan, because Evan and him have something I didn't have. You know, I'm not spending every weekend all the time, you know, with Dave like that. So Evan was good at translating things that I couldn't, like, you know, like I would just come off too thirsty. I think I would scare you because I'd be too ambitious, too thirsty. Because when I say stuff like, Dave, I'll do anything you ever want to do. I think you're the greatest writer. It almost sounds like bullshit.
No, it's not bullshit. Listen, but the first moment,
No, he goes, "This is not bullshit. I am the greatest."
Hey, facts.
He knew.
Facts.
No.
Best response ever.
Listen, from the first moment, we had a mutual friend who eventually sold both of us out, and my mutual friend was having a lunch with Shia, and I'd always admired Shia's work very, very much. And I sat down, and my mutual friend says, "Oh, sit down, Shia Labeouf, Dave Mann." I say, "Hi, Shia LaBeouf, why I so admire you." And Shia says, "That's not necessary." And it was fucking shocking. Wow. It's like, it's fucking shocking. It's like I saw into who this wonderful man is in a second. I'm a human being, you're a human being. It's a pleasure to meet you. You remember that?
Yeah.
What's the movie called?
Oh, Henry Johnson. HenryJohnsonMovie.com. That's how you get it.
Henry Johnson. Oh, it's out now.
It's out. Right.
Everyone can watch it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then can you give us a brief synopsis of what it's about? Or?
I mean, Dave would be better at it. The way I see it, it's just like,
these two lifelong friends, an old guy and an old woman. They've been high school sweethearts and they've both grown old together. But they meet again and their lives seem to be older, but they go on a road trip. And I'm kidding.
what fucking movie? No. This is not our movie. There's some other thing going on in his head.
As he
That's not
said
the
it-
thing we made together.
As
no.
he said it, I was like, this isn't it.
No,
Good, dude.
it's about like empathy. It's about like overdosing on empathy. If I was going to put it in a sentence, that's what I read when I read it. It's about overdosing on empathy. It's about how empathy can actually fuck you fully if you overdose.
Or like, you sometimes, the dog eating trade in China. I'm just giving you an example of empathy. What I think the movie's about. Hold on.
Wait, we're getting a dog eating now?
No, just let me see
Go.
me through. See
Go.
me
He
through.
hasn't eaten breakfast yet.
Yeah,
Fucking hungry.
yeah.
Go.
And it's like I hate these people that do this to these kind animals, and then I go to China, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I'm like, oh my god, look at this puppy, and the puppy goes and eats my face.
Right.
Yeah,
Is it
like that.
about that?
Just
Yeah.
like
Thank
that.
you.
Just like that.
How do you think about?
Yeah.
Am I right or no?
No.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so we did this thing as a play, and we're doing it as a movie, and it's about a guy who is so compassionate that he ruins everything around him, and everyone takes advantage of him. He ends up going to prison, and he ends up getting his life changed by the boss Khan over there, and then some shit happens.
Wow.
Some shit happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull up the site just so we have it
Yeah.
for everybody.
What is the shit happens? You get like a little fondled or what?
What do you mean, me?
Yeah.
No. You mean you went right there, huh? It could have been 5,000 things.
That's the movie I want to see. Anyway,
Okay, how
Henry
long,
Johnson.
Shia, how long, when you're done filming this, how long does it take you to kind of clear your head out of it?
Well, I never done a play, so I run these lines in my shower still.
You do?
Wow.
Oh yeah, they're so tattooed to your head. I don't know. I mean, I never prepped anything like that. Lines never really mattered to me. And now, after working with Dave, they kind of, I don't know, they don't matter to him either. I didn't know that walking in though. Walking in, I thought you better get every fucking comma.
Right.
Well, but see, that's the trick, is the best thing in the world if you're rehearsing a play is tell everybody, show up learning your lines. Don't show up if you're not letter perfect. And most actors don't know that anymore because they've been badly trained and badly rehearsed and they want to sit down and talk about where they went to school and what their character had for lunch and all this bullshit.
true.
So Shia, because he don't know any better, knows better than any of them. Just show up learning the fucking lines. Because if the actors show up in a rehearsal late day one, knowing their lines, what do? You
Nothing.
block the play. It takes you 3 days, and then you put it on.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you say anything with like someone like me, right? I don't know my lines ever. You know what I mean?
Say what?
I never know my lines.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but would you yell at me?
No, I'd say learn your lines.
Oh, that's it.
And you would.
No, he wouldn't.
No, you would.
Yeah.
Yes, you would. I'm telling you, Bobby, you would. And you'd be great.
Even the magic of Mamet couldn't get this guy.
No, I
fucking
think
his lines.
the both of you. I think the both of you be great.
Well,
I mean,
wait a second, but you're a stand-up comic.
Yes.
You say like, wait a second, two guys go into a,
Whorehouse.
Whorehouse.
yeah, of course it's a
Yeah.
whorehouse, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
going to grow up on the
The bar.
Yeah, well, you got to know your lines, right?
Gotta know your lines.
Oh, I got
If you're telling jokes, you got to know your lines.
Okay, yeah.
well, not even lying, but you memorize the bit. You know what I mean?
Well, no, we memorize where we need to get to, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
Exactly.
the words around it. As long as we can get to the joke,
Yeah.
what actually makes it funny,
Yeah.
that's fine. But you guys do line by line, like word by word, right?
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't just go to-
Only because it's better. If I could ad lib, if I could ad lib better lines, I would.
Yeah.
And have on every other show.
Yeah.
But when you're
With
here,
him, of course, it's
No,
like Aaron Sorkin, him. Yeah. You don't. Yeah.
There's no need to help.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah. Is it hard to? I mean, I'm going to sound stupid. I just need to throw it out because I'm dumb. You know what I mean? It's just that is it hard to write a movie?
Hey, listen, dude,
hard.
if you had Stormy Daniels on, would you say, where do you get your ideas?
Yeah. She's coming on after this, isn't she? She's later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Is it hard to write a fucking movie? Dear David Mamet. Is it hard to write a movie?
I'm not Hotoi Shanani or whatever his name is from the fucking
Shohei Otani.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Write it down.
I can't
Write
hit it
that
every
down.
time.
Hoche Anani.
Hotoi Anani. I
Write
can't
that
hit
down.
it every time, dude. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, dude. I just throw it out there.
Yeah, well,
You know
don't
what I
throw either. Just
All right,
fucking,
all right.
just underhand. Ask him what you really want to ask him. Be honest.
That's not a bad question. There had to be some. There had to be. I got you. There had to be some harder than the others.
Well, it is very hard.
Shia, protecting.
I'll tell you, I wrote this play a long time ago called American Buffalo, and it was a series of sketches about these thieves I was hanging out with playing poker, and they were really good, and I did it off Broadway, a bunch of sketches, and a guy called Ulu Grossbard, who was a great director, you should see his movie Straight Time, Ulu Grossbard, comes to me and says, if you can figure out the plot, I'll put it on Broadway. So I went from being an out-of-work cab driver to I had to sit down and figure out how to write a plot, which is very difficult. And then he put it on Broadway. So I said, oh, I get it. I know what keeps the asses in the seats. A plot, which means making the audience wonder what happens next. That's a plot. If you can write a plot, the dialogue doesn't have to be good, which we know because we see films in translation.
Right.
Right?
Oh, right,
we
right.
want to know what happens next.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah.
it's very hard to write a plot because it's an equation. And the mind always wants to come up with the easiest thing, right? But the easiest thing is probably not the best thing, because if you can beat yourself to the punchline, the audience can beat you to the punchline. So in comedy, what you got to do is you got to beat the audience to the punchline. Give them enough to wonder what happens next, right? A penguin, a nun, and a rhinoceros go into a whorehouse. Yeah. They want to know what happens next.
I do.
Yeah, I do really want.
course. I do
wanna
So
know.
what does happen?
What?
What does happen?
You know.
Oh yeah. You climb inside the
Now, the
rhino's
penguin fucks the
butthole.
nun and the rhinoceros
Oh, no.
eats them both.
I'm wrong.
Oh, no, that's not it?
You know, no, I was saying we climb inside the rhino's
But let me
butthole,
tell you,
yeah,
so
okay.
a penguin, a nun, and an ostrich go into a whorehouse.
Where's the rhino?
An old brick,
He's taking tickets.
and they say the whorehouse is an old brick building on a quiet residential street, the kind of street where maybe your grandfather and grandmother were. I want to know what happened in the whorehouse. I don't want you to tell me
Right.
about how it was built.
Right.
Today's episode is sponsored by Acorns.
Look at me.
What are you? You're a mongoose.
Oh, a little squirrel.
Oh,
Squirrel.
And you're collecting acorns.
Yes.
And you know why? You're saving it for your future.
I'm saving up for my future,
Yeah.
dude. And that's what Acorns does. You know, retirement is just around the corner for many, many people. And I got to tell you, you got to save up. You got to invest. You got to do the right things to make sure your future feels safe and easy so you're not left doing stuff later in life that you just don't want to do.
What is it? Acorns is a financial wellness app that makes it easy to start investing for your retirement, because the sooner you start, the more of a chance your money has to grow.
That's right. And anybody can do it. Everybody should do it. You can sign up for Acorns Gold and you'll get a 3% IRA match on new contributions in your first year. That's extra money for your retirement on Acorns, right? You don't need to be rich. They'll let you get started with the money you got right now, maybe even in your pocket. You'd be surprised at what just $5 a day could do for you.
Also, back in the day, when I started making a little money, I did put some away.
You did?
Yeah, and it comforts me for the future.
Yes.
Because its stuff grows.
And it should. Sign
Yeah.
up now and join the over 1 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $2.2 billion for their retirement with Acorns. You can head to acorns.com/badfriends or download the Acorns app to get started. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 3 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advertisers LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/badfriends.
DraftKings Sportsbook.
The NBA Finals are here.
It's an official sports betting partner of the NBA.
They're pulling out all the stops to make this a Finals to remember.
And here's something special for the first timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins.
That is pretty impressive.
That's amazing.
Those of you that are playing, you know. And don't miss your last chance to bet on the NBA this season. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code BADFRIENDS. That's code BADFRIENDS for new customers to get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet $5.
Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
You got a gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive a reward. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
But do you ever write with other people though, or do you just you? Okay.
I'm trying to help you, bro. Trying to help you from the slot,
Hold on. A couple of times I wrote with other people, but at some point I stopped doing it because even when I wrote with them, I say, thanks a lot, go sit down.
Tell us about your time in Chicago, can you, though? Because we talked a little bit off air about when he was talking about, prior to Steppenwolf and prior to every theater in the city.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I was, I got out of college and I was unemployable because I didn't know anything. I didn't know anybody. And the idea that someone was going to support me, meaning my parents, was unheard of. I mean, both in my generation and in my family. So I came back and I got a bunch of jobs. I worked at everything in the world because you could always get a job in Chicago. And I got involved in theater, and I saw some stuff that I found very provocative, so I started writing plays about it. Right, one was as I said, I used to play in this poker game with a bunch of thieves, and and then I used to work in a boiler room selling land over the telephone. Boiler room used to be, you put 20 guys on a phone in a room, and they have to call up the people and say, oh, Mr. Lee, I see that you were interested in land because you wrote in for our brochure about land in Arizona.
Well, it's kind of like Glengarry, or no?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I saw these things that interested me.
Wow.
And then I started reading Chekhov's plays, Anton Chekhov.
Is that the Star Trek guy, or
the other one?
Star Wars, not Star Trek. Star Wars.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just threw it out.
Oh, there's a guy called Chekhov in Star Wars.
No.
Hey, wait a second. I got a question for you people. How do you remember the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars?
I can tell you. I can say a million things about it. What are you talking about?
He can tell you. He's obsessed with Star Trek.
They're completely different worlds.
Which is Star
David.
Trek?
Star Trek is based on Earth, like the society that we live in.
Yeah.
But like hundreds of years from now.
Yeah.
And then we have a what's so funny? It's a crew. The Enterprise. It's a crew of explorers from Earth that explore.
Is it William Shatner?
Yes.
It's William Shatner.
Yes, Shatner. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Did you like him?
Well.
Yeah, because I'm mad at him because he fucked me once. Not literally, but in a job.
How?
Oh my God, it was the worst. I get a call from the Billboard Awards. Remember they used to have these stupid award shows, these annoying award shows?
I don't remember that.
Okay, we want you to do a sketch with William Shatner because they knew I was a Star Trek fan. And I go, yeah, I'll do it. So they fly me in. It's basically a scene with me and William Shatner at a poker table, right? So I'm sitting there waiting for William Shatner, right? And he comes in, and there was another guy that they hired too from LA. I forgot it was a black guy. I love black people. Anyway, William Shatner goes in and he goes, you're out. And then they dragged me out of the tent, and he goes, he just rewrote it just now. So I got back on the plane and flew back to LA.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
William Shatner, no blacks, no Asians. That's his way.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Now we know who he really
no
is.
No Aurora and no fucking
No, but wait a
Sulu.
second. I got a question about William Shatner, okay?
Yeah.
Right? It just occurred to me.
Yeah.
He's reading his newspaper out in the back by his swimming pool, right? And his wife, who's an Olympic, like an AAU swimmer, is swimming around the pool. And she comes over, and apparently, according to him, he put his foot accidentally on her head. And she drowned. She died.
Yeah.
So my question is, what was he reading?
I'm sober. I'm a good guy,
But speaking of wait. Speaking of Louis C.K., dude. Speaking of Louis C.K., we talked about Louis. That when we were doing this JFK movie, I know him from around, right? Mm-hmm. And he was considering playing Jack Ruby against his
Oswald?
Lee Harvey.
Wow.
How awesome would that
You
have
guys
been?
know him too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you know,
I get so nervous around him, dude.
also one of the greatest
Me too.
comedic
Yeah,
writers
yeah.
that we've ever seen.
That's what I'm saying. It's to be the same thing that I initially like. It's the same kind of thing.
Sure.
So wait a second. So I called up Louis. So we're starting this new thing, right? We're going right to the people and called up Louis because I knew he was doing it. I said, "What's the secret?" He said, "There's no secret." Call up my guy. I call up the guy. The guy says, "Yeah, there's no secret." You go online, henryjohnsonmovie.com.
Yep.
You put up an Instagram, wherever the fuck that thing is,
Right.
and you go out and you talk to people like you, and people buy your product. That's the secret.
Yeah,
the
that's it.
secret.
Is that you don't have an
Louis
Instagram?
cracked that code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Louis learned very early on when he did the first iteration of his Louis show. I don't know if you ever saw it,
Yeah.
but it was almost mocking multicam. It was like a clever kind of spin on shitting on multicam. And I don't think people got it, right? So then when he did, Lucky Louie, that's what it was. And then when he did his second iteration of it, which was Louis on FX, he kind of just stopped all the bullshit and was like, I'm just going to give you my world, my way, without any fucking directional notes from a studio and a thing. And the deal they made with him was he got to write it, direct it, produce it, and edit and push it out the way he wanted. So they didn't touch it.
Right.
So he was really the groundbreaker for, to be fair, what we do too.
Yeah.
Like this podcast shit, it's because of those formats. Because he was like, fuck it, nobody tells us what to do. And if you did, I don't want to work with you. So every time FX was like, you can't do this or you could do this, he was like, I'm telling you again, either I'm going to do it or it just doesn't happen. That's okay. So we kind of did this because this was our answer to, you know, him and I going through the business and either not getting roles or auditioning a lot and getting tired and being like, we want to make our own.
I've had enough waiting in line.
Yeah, he's waited
I can't
too long.
do it anymore. Audition. I'm done.
He's done.
And also, I think Rogan and Mark Maron also paved the way in terms of like having this format be something that we can just be like, you know, like fuck Hollywood.
Yeah, but we wanted to be goofs. We just wanted to be goofs. We wanted to goof all the time.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do now. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to do.
Well, I think we just don't take our. It's just this was a fantasy town. I mean, we painted this to look like a fucking child's room.
It's so hard to do. You can't actually talk about it without kind of destroying the magic of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we don't want to.
Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah.
We keep it rolling.
This has been such a blessing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. For me too.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you a couple
I told you, bro.
Yeah, you told me.
Well, I told him the bond that was kind of crazy for David that you may not know was that Bobby went to rehab when his dad died, and we started this show because his dad passed away and then he got clean again, and we just wanted something to like fuck around and go make something, and we started this, and then the pandemic hit, and terrible to say, but it was the greatest fucking thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah.
Because then we could just be free. And we got a little
Oh, so no
studio.
one was making anything.
No
like,
one was
we
doing
were like,
anything.
you
and
know,
we were in the studio every fucking week and just doing our shit.
That's so great.
And we had no rules and there was nothing.
I got tired of being dead.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah.
I got sick of it. You know,
Right.
COVID hit and then the fucking theater died and I got blacklisted. Nobody wanted to do my plays and nobody wanted to do my movies over there. I just got fucking tired of being dead. And somebody called up and said, let's do the play. And then we did the play and he said, let's do the movie. And now I'm not dead anymore. You know, we're
Right.
about to do another movie.
You're
Wow.
do many more movies, it sounds like.
yeah.
What's crazy is that he has that feeling. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is comforting to hear.
Yeah, but don't we all feel that?
Well, that's the thing. You think guys like that don't.
No, I know. I think the older I get, the more I learn that everyone has that weird feeling.
Yeah,
of like,
I think
it's
that's
gone,
true.
it's over.
Yeah.
But it's not. He says that fucking weekly.
Yeah, but that's almost a shtick. You know you're not going nowhere.
Thank you.
Yeah.
God, Shia, be here every week.
Yeah, no, I'm not dead. Yeah, I'm not dead either. Did you know Picasso?
Picasso, yeah.
No, you don't. He did die in the fucking 80s, right?
That's what I'm saying. He could know. Dali, he could have known.
Did you ever hang out with Sam Shepard? You guys ever go, hey, you know, man, I like your shit. Hey, let's nothing? Never in passing? Like, oh.
No, we all want each other dead, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
We're worse than actresses.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say, okay, the money that you're making with your shit is taking food out of my children's mouths. I
Yeah.
hope you die.
It is sport. It's sport.
It is.
Well, comics used to be like that, but
Yeah.
then we realized because of the New York comedy scene that we banded together, you know what I mean? And we just live within our ecosystem and we help each other by doing each other's podcasts. They all grow.
Yeah.
Right? So I think 10 years ago it was dog eat dog. I mean, it was
Well, the difference became we all were fighting for the same slice of pie. And the business blinded us to think that there was only one slice for us.
yeah.
And then once we kind of cracked this code, we were like, oh, fuck, we can all eat. And we can eat different shit. We don't have to eat the same fucking... I don't even like that kind of pie.
That's just like Chicago in the 70s. All these little theater companies sprang up, right? And we each had our own flavor, and we each had an audience, and we worked with each other. It was great.
That's exactly what we are now. That's literally what we've discovered, that we were like, oh, we don't even want to fucking eat that shit anyway, so we'll make our own.
That's
and then
right.
we found that we had our own audiences that liked it, and so the gatekeepers, as they were, slowly kind of, fucked off.
I hate
They didn't have
gatekeepers.
power. Well, they had less and less power because we weren't singing for our supper anymore. We were like, we're gonna go cook our own fucking food. I don't want to do it anymore. And so comedy did used to be that way. It was cutthroat. We hated each other because, back, Carson was the spot. Those guys wanted to fucking slit each other's throat. For us, Tonight Show, doing Letterman, you know what I mean? Getting those, then getting a Comedy Central half hour or maybe getting an HBO special was impossible as a young person. So I think it just cracked. It recently cracked, which is what you guys are doing with the movie. Same thing.
It's over. I say it's like the Erie Canal, right? However great the Erie Canal was in 1825, you can't put enough money into it to make the Erie Canal work again when the railroads come in.
Right.
You can't put enough money into Snow fucking White, right, to make the studio system work again when the Potterverse exists.
Yeah.
Nobody's watching.
Right.
Yeah, nobody's watching.
What's the last great thing that you've watched that's new?
Last great thing that I watched was new. I liked Casablanca.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Here's looking at you, kid.
Well, he just learned about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Who do you think is someone that you don't have to answer this if you don't want to? Who's someone that you were excited to work with that let you down, and then vice versa? Who are you? Who you?
Well,
who
he's
you
not
like?
he's not gonna say that name.
Well, he might do.
No, I don't think
Nah.
You know,
How about the other one?
my first reaction, you're talking about actors?
Hey, dude. Hey.
Anybody in
And-
work?
Andrew.
All the producers let me down. Every
That's
one
right.
of them.
That's right.
They're a bunch of
That's what I
fucking
want to hear.
thieves.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
They're
the
lying swine.
Trash. Hate them.
But at least back in the old days of the studio system, you got betrayed by a better class of people, right?
Right.
You got fucked politely.
Exactly so.
Okay, I'll give you the opposite version of that then.
Yeah.
Who's someone that you kind of were surprised by, or you were happily surprised that you worked with them and you thought, I respected and liked them, but you were blown away by their work.
Well, I've worked.
Shy sitting right there, by the way.
I've worked with the greatest actors over the last 50 years, including Shia. Has never worked with a better actor.
Yeah.
Ever.
What about Gene Hackman?
Same thing. Never worked with a better actor.
Shut the fuck
real,
up.
dude.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
about you?
let him
fucking
rest
mouth,
in
dude.
peace, you fucking
Piece
bastard.
of shit. Shut up.
How come you never mentioned the Asian lady either, his wife?
Yeah. You didn't talk about her.
It's always Gene. What about
Wait a second.
Chang
He
Chang?
went on a
Whatever-
big rant.
What's her name?
He went on a big
So
rant. He goes,
Gene, so I never worked with a better actor than Gene.
No.
Oh, yeah.
So Gene introduced, the first time I met him, he introduces me to his wife, Betsy, who was a concert violinist, an Asian woman. And he says, this is my wife, Betsy. I met her in a massage parlor.
I would have laughed so hard.
well, that's why she killed him recently.
yeah.
That was that. That joke lasted long enough.
Like, how did you give Al Pacino notes? Did you give him notes?
I never give anybody notes.
All right.
Did I ever give you a note?
No, not notes. No.
No.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You work with great actors. If you know what you're doing, what you get on opening night in the theater is the cast and the script. That's it.
All right.
The direction, the staging through. Nobody fucking cares. So when you work with actors who know what they're doing, you say, okay, like, how do we rehearse the movie? Except for Blanca, I've never rehearsed a movie.
Wow.
Right? You work and say, you know what you're doing. You got any questions? Then let's play the stupid fucking scene. Right? That's all.
Right.
That's all that there is.
Did you ever have a big fight with Pacino?
No. I had a big fight with De Niro though.
What happened?
What happened?
Well, it was just over the phone. He was doing The Untouchables, right? And
Yeah.
I wrote The Untouchables, and he calls me up. He says, I got some questions about the script. He's shooting. I said, well, hold on. Aren't you supposed to ask the director about the question? And the director, no, the director, Brian De Palma, said, talk to you. He said, talk to you. I said, you have questions about the script? I said, yeah. I said, did you read the script before you took the part? He says, yeah. I said, why the script got worse? Because they're paying you $2 million for a week's work. Slam. So we didn't talk for years and years and years. And then I ran into him. So he did like 4 or 5 movies that I wrote, De Niro. And he said, blah, blah, blah. He said, you know what? I called you one, you called me one. I have the greatest respect for you. I said, Bob, I have the greatest respect for you. So we go to have to do a reading of some film. I think it was The Edge that was eventually played with.
Sean Connery? No.
No, it
Baldwin.
was
Alec
It
Baldwin?
was Anthony Hopkins and
yeah.
Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
So one of the great secrets about when anybody asks you to do a reading is they're never going to do the movie.
Right.
Never.
Right.
Because they use the reading unconsciously as a way to get out of doing the movie. And so the movie star, the main guy, is going to mumble and everyone's going to audition at the reading. So it's garbage. So
Yeah.
So anyway, we do the reading and I talked to Bob afterward. I said, what do you think? He said, it's good. It's really good. But it's just not, for me at this moment, it's just not it. I only have so many of them and it's got to be it for me. It's got to be great for me.
Yeah.
It's got to be great. He said, "Do you? Is that okay?" I said, "Of course." He said, "You are you mad at me?" I said, "Of course not." He said, "You sure you're not mad at me?" I say, "No." He says, "Good, because I got this piece of shit I'm supposed to shoot on Monday. I wonder if you could take a look at it." I'm sorry.
But Wag the Dog, they came in for the table read.
Wag the dog. Yeah, but I wasn't there.
You didn't come in for the table?
Fuck no.
So it was just Hoffman and De Niro.
Whoever it was. But we did Wag the Dog. Barry Levinson called me up. He said, I got this idea. It's in a book. The president gets in trouble. He's got to go to war. I say, oh, I got it. He's getting in trouble because they caught him in the closet fucking a Girl Scout. He says, yeah, go write it. So I go write it, and 2 months later they were shooting it.
Wow. 2 months.
Yeah.
Fuck. Wow. That'll never happen again. That kind of shit.
That was great.
Do you like the new? The Bill Burr. The Glenn. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I think they're great.
Okay, good.
The reason that shit will never happen again is because those conversations aren't happening like that anymore.
Correct. Yeah, they're gone.
You never have a Levinson call a guy up and be like, hey, like two crafts people be able to have that conversation unadulterated without any of the keepers, the minders and.
God, you're a bright kid.
All right, stop it.
Oh my God, even since I met you back in the day, you're a bright kid.
Hey, thanks, Bob.
Yeah.
He's a grown man.
No, but he's
but he always knew me as a
most.
kid. I met him as a kid.
Yeah.
I met him on a razor scooter.
He was riding Bumblebee.
You don't dare refer to me as that.
No, you're not as bright as Shia. There's no way.
I think also because you'll harm him.
I do want to harm
Yeah, I know
him
that,
all
I
the
know.
fucking
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But it's hug love. It's love. It's I love him
No,
so deeply.
you have rage love. It's rage. There's
Okay,
rage.
be honest.
Yeah,
David doesn't know us well enough to know how
yeah.
much do I love you.
David, have you been in a fist fight?
Yes, he has, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've been very involved.
He's like a black belt, dude.
Yeah.
I am a black.
Yeah, he's a jiu-jitsu black belt.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I actually when I was a kid, I got in fights. But the only fight I actually got into, outside of the mat and boxing, is I was walking down Fifth Avenue. These guys were playing 3-card Monte. And so, as my great friend Ricky Jay, the great magician, said, 3-card Monte is not a game of skill. It's not a game of chance. It's not a game. So the guy says, okay, put your money down, Bob. The red you get ahead, the black you get back. 20 gets you 40, 40 gets you 80, 80 gets you little 80. Where's the red card? Where's the red card? And he does this thing, right? And so he says, oops, that's not the red card. That's gone. Where's the red card? So I know where the red card is. It's where you're not supposed to look. So I take it and I go over there and I turn the card over, which you're not supposed to do because they never let you win in 3-card Monte. Because if you say, I want that card, he upsets it and you have to start again. So I turned the card over and the guy punched me in the fucking face. So,
Really?
yeah.
Did it hurt?
It's on Fifth Avenue, sure.
Oh, yeah.
It was Fifth Avenue and right near Rockefeller Center.
You swung back.
No, I was in. They disappeared.
Ah, right.
Right.
Took your money and ran.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know Kurosawa?
I didn't know. I saw him once. He was at the premiere of Ran.
You were at the premiere of Ran?
Yes, in New York.
Oh my God.
And he was there. He's a beautiful man. He's a big man. He's like 6'4", I think.
Wow.
And he was there.
He was that big?
Yeah, he's a big man. Yeah.
He had black feet too. Something right happened where he was in the snow or something.
No, he had frostbite.
Frostbite or
Yeah.
something on his feet. Yeah.
Probably got it on Dirce Uzula.
yeah. Did you? What's your favorite Kurosawa film? I'm a huge fan. I know I bring it up a lot. Go fuck yourselves, all
He
right?
does love Kurosawa.
I think. Well,
He's
here,
obsessed.
let me say 4 of them. Right, Dirce Uzula, certainly.
Yes.
Stray Dog, because it's got Takashi Shimura, who was the greatest actor who ever lived.
Yeah.
Takashi Shimura, and then Seven Samurai.
Yes.
Which is perfect. But then, God forgive me, I think he screwed up the end of Rashomon because he had an extra scene after the movie's over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You ever
But there
see
were these guys trying to hit a lot of them were guys wearing like diapers trying to hit each other with sticks or swords.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You see High and Low?
Sure.
Yeah.
Not only did I see High and Low, I rewrote it. But that I was, who was it? See, Scorsese came to me and says, you know High and Low? I say, yeah. He says, you want to redo it? I say, yeah. He said, what do you think of the movie? I said, it's a great movie, but they missed the ending. It has the wrong ending. So I figured up the ending and I wrote it to Scorsese, and Scorsese wrote it back with a bunch of scribbled notes, bullshit. And then a bunch of stuff happened. I think Spike Lee did another version now.
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do with my script.
Hey, Andreas.
Wow.
Yes.
Director.
This is a director.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Andreas, behold your eyes,
I
right?
know.
Yeah.
Did you bow to him on the way in?
Yeah.
You fucking better.
Whatever he wants, you do. Whatever he wants. Footstool. You're the footstool. Okay?
He wants to spit in your mouth, he gets to spit in your mouth.
right?
He did.
Yeah. Wow. So, can I ask you something,
Yeah.
Mr. Mamet? Did you enjoy yourself on
Do
this
I-
podcast?
He wants to know, yeah.
I've had a great time. You guys, I mean, come on, get out of here. Okay, here's one for you, Andres. I'm a man who enjoys talking to a man who likes to talk. It's Sidney Greenstreet in Casablanca.
Way to go, fuck up.
He's not ready.
I was.
Hit him again.
He's not
You're
ready.
not
You're not
ready.
ready.
Ready,
You're
bro.
not ready.
And this is why
You're not ready.
you are where you are.
You're not ready.
Yeah.
Hit him again. Hit him again with something else.
Give him another.
Give
Give
him
him
another
another
one,
one.
please.
Okay. Fiddle-dee-dee, I'll worry about it tomorrow.
Who's that?
God, this feels so.
You're not ready.
Oh,
Not
come
ready.
You're not
You're not
ready
ready.
at all, dude.
That I believe
Oh
is
my
the
God.
last line of Gone with the fucking Wind.
Come on, dude.
Come on,
The
dude.
fucking. Maybe you could be boom operator for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
By the way, he's gonna go home tonight, talk to his wife.
Oh, he's gonna kill himself.
He's gonna kill himself.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, David,
Oh, wait a second.
David Mamet insult me in front of the crew over and over.
I got one.
2 million
It's the
people
best line
watching.
I ever wrote.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that happened.
You're not ready.
He wrote it.
He's not ready.
He fucking wrote
He
it.
wrote it.
It's in Staten, Maine. Alec Baldwin is in a car with Julia Stiles and he's drunk. He turns the car over. They're drunk out of their mind. She's underage.
Obviously.
He crawls out. He looks at the car about to blow up and he says, well, that happened.
Yeah, we all know, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I apologize, Dave. How do you not know that?
Just for good measure.
Yeah.
Just to sink it in for everybody. Please go see the movie right now. It's available now, right now.
We command as a duo.
Henry Johnson.
Watch it
Henry
right
Johnson
after you listen to this right now.
movie.com.
You
Yes.
watch it right now, dude.
Please go see Henry Johnson. We're going to put the link in the description down
Yeah.
below because it
Thank you, guys.
means a
Yeah.
lot
Thanks,
to us.
guys. Thanks
Support
very
our
much.
friends and our family. That's kind of the big thing about our fan base. They do like to support our family. We love that.
Yeah.
Continue on and please go watch Henry Johnson at henryjohnsonmovie.com. We really appreciate you guys coming. This means
That
the world
was
to us.
so fun and enlightening and
Fucking amazing.
yeah, and fuck you, Andreas.
No, be
as
nice.
well. You know
Yeah,
what I
be
mean?
nice.
But
Be
oh
nice.
yeah, I love
He's had
you.
enough.
I love you, and we'll do your zombie movie.
Thank you.
Oh, he's got us a zombie movie he wants us to do. What do you think about zombie movies?
I love them.
Yeah?
Yeah, Train to
I love it.
Busan. You ever see that one?
Which one?
Train to Busan.
No,
It's
before,
a
I
Korean
didn't see
one.
that
before
one.
1980.
But I thought it was really
Also watched
interesting that we have all these things about zombies and vampires because it was about a culture that was dying.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Western culture is no longer dying anymore. It's like the Japanese have a term, matsuko means pine tree, but it also means vigorous old age. So that's what I think we're looking at now.
And you thought you were looking for a dismount.
Yeah.
We're digging a new hole, baby.
I got to be honest with you.
We're digging a new hole.
Keep rolling. I thought you guys
Now
needed
you're
to
really
go.
going to have to cut out the line about William Shatner's dick knuckles. you overlong. Right?
No. But now we need to keep going to make up for it.
No.
Old
Old.
Korea. What is it? Old and What's the pine tree?
Vigorous old
Vigorous
age.
old. Vigorous
Vigorous
age.
old age.
Vigorous old age.
Can you say the word one more time? In Japanese?
Matsu or Matsuko
Matsuko.
Matsu.
means
Matsuko.
pine tree, and it's also a name.
Is that true?
I'm Korean. You fucking asshole, dude.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
David, you know a lot of Koreans or no?
Do I know a lot of Koreans? I don't think I know a lot of Koreans.
Of the Asians, how do Koreans rank? Of your Asians,
Oh, they're up there.
are they up there?
Yeah.
Tip top?
Tip top.
Japanese, Chinese,
Yeah,
Korean. You like Koreans up there or no?
I like them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lets all the
we lump them all.
You know what? Koreans are fucking tough.
They are.
What?
I'll tell you like this. The difference for me is you get off the plane in Japan and no music is playing in the car.
Right.
And maybe they'll ask you if you'd like to listen to your music in the car. In Korea, you're listening to their music and they don't give a fuck what you're listening to.
Yeah, I like that.
And there's something about that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
They tell you
We're
what's
stubborn
You're in
and-
my fucking.
Yeah,
world.
I like that. Then you know you're in
yeah.
Korea.
Yeah.
Koreans are the fucking.
We're the best.
That's
Anyway-
Bob's mom, by the way. That's his mother right behind him. That's his mother, his beautiful mother.
Beautiful.
That is her.
She has cross eyes. That's
She
okay.
does. She's cross-eyed in real life. And I'm trying to fix it.
Guys, thank you so much. Can
But
somebody?
before you guys go, look, this is a dream of mine. So we have a script for you to.
That's gonna be it, guys. Thank you so
And-
much.
Oh, thank you.
and you guys to act in.
Okay. Give me the shit. Who did this? Is this your shit?
Whose script is
Oh,
it?
wait a sec. Wait a sec.
This is like a Make-A-Wish.
Time for one more
yeah.
story.
Yeah.
We have enough
more-
time.
we have-
We
this
just want to
is-
make sure you guys don't.
Yeah,
have to go.
Oh, yeah,
we
we
have
can
all the
fucking-
time in the world.
We have nowhere to go.
So anyway, my mother, rest in peace, was ill for a long, long time. I mean, there was a woman who was her caregiver, and she elongated my mother's life by years, and loved my mother, and was just marvelous, and made a lot of personal sacrifices. And my mom died, and this woman came up to me, and I said, I don't know how to thank you for your. I mean, it's beyond what it's godly what you've done. It's beyond generous. If there's anything in the world that I could do for you, anything ever that I could do for you. And she said, well, my nephew wrote a film script. I said, anything but that.
Can one of you guys look into that camera and go, thank you for being a bad friend?
Yeah.
Thank you for being a bad friend.
Love that. Dude, thank you guys. So good.
Amazing.